Hey everybody, welcome to CoKo Plays. Got some Baldur's Gate for us today. Back to it after a couple of days. We've got our kind of strongest combat party, I think, at the moment. And we had saved right outside of this likely bear cave, owl bear cave. The owl bear that's probably responsible for the death of those two characters, or three, or that one character with the two companions that we saw over here, who was, or over here. They're not loaded in right now, but they're there. And one of them had a mind flare in there. Perhaps he was in that pod that we just found right around the corner. So yeah.
Owlbear traps. Its nest must be nearby.
Yeah, and okay, owlbear traps. An animal carcass. Where are the traps actually? Oh, tracks, not traps. Right. So yeah, so the owlbear is probably in here. But what are we gonna do? Like not go in? Like, no, thank you. I had marked this on the map because I did a little bit of a lap around before I went in, but since I'm going in, let's try and delete it. It always takes me 2 tries. I think it's a bug.
Better not be cursed. Have to keep going.
Oh yeah, skeleton, wonderful. So somebody tried coming into this cave and didn't make it. And a pickaxe next to them. I guess we could grab it. So pickaxe is a melee as a melee weapon. I wonder if you could also use it outside of combat. And we can crawl down here. There's a chest and some stuff, and like kind of druid shrine-ish things. So, you know, the owlbear is probably a druid like I am. And this is their nest. So, it's not necessarily the case that we have to fight it. So the question is, like, I bet you, you know, the owlbear is going to come in while we're in here. A lot of times it's better to scatter the party in preparation of combat. But I don't quite know what's going to happen. There's a backpack up here. Might not be a bad idea. How far away are we? Okay, so what we can do, just to try and, like, play this in a safe way, which is always the way you should play, is position Gale up here so he can rain, not walk down, so he can rain magic from above. And then Lae'zel can maybe come with me.
No one back home will ever believe this.
The pride of the gate.
And Will has some good ranged magic too. This is the way out, right? Yeah. So what's another elevated spot? Somewhere up here where the backpack was. And you can walk up there too. Alright, so how about the three of them walk over there together just in case something shows up, and then we'll split them up.
Keeping pace.
That
But-
stench. Dead owlbear prey, no doubt.
At the ready.
If I want to keep them together, I'll have to move them independently. Goblin down here. Eviscerated. I wanted Strata to pick up.
So that's progress.
Heavy stone, huh? There's another one somewhere, right? There it is.
Maybe I need more pockets.
How do we get up to where the backpack was? Alright, gotta go down and around. Could potentially keep Will here, too. It's not a bad idea.
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
Can I do like a multi-select of
At least
party
things have stayed
members?
interesting.
Eager for battle.
Yeah, probably not.
Where am I needed?
There are shortcut keys, though, to selecting between the characters. I might want to use those in a situation like this where I'm switching back and forth a lot. Select the character at position. And then select next character and previous character. That's probably what I'll use. Right bracket. That's probably easier. Let me try it. Yeah, I kind of like that.
One day I'll catch a break.
Checking things out.
Onward.
The pride of the gate.
Okay, so he can't stand right on the edge. So probably the backpack spot is the best. Should still be close enough to do stuff. Hope I'm not wrong about that.
Eager for battle. Objective noted.
There it is. Oh, so beautiful, majestic. Owlbears are great. Stay still, I want to take a screenshot. Okay, so right below the backpack spot. I don't want to be unprepared in case it becomes combat. So if we go down and come up, then we can come up behind. And what's another way to get up there to the top spot? I don't know. I don't have a good angle to view it. We can crawl up from here next to it, but we might have to engage it before we do that, unless we sneak. I'm kind of nervous about Gale going down though, because like maybe going near its you know, the owlbear's things will trigger their reaction. So let's try and get the other characters somewhat into position. We'll have, you know, we'll have my character Strata engage the owlbear in conversation. I feel like we might be able to avoid combat altogether with that.
Laid at the ready.
Ideally, we'd get Will and Lae'zel to the other side before that happens, but kind of nervous about that working out. So what we'll do is
Got a long road ahead.
we'll bring these three up, but let's get Gale ready to come closer. Then again, if they're, from what I observed, if they're not in combat when combat starts, they can move freely until they get close enough to engage. So, if we start turn-based combat with Gale over here on his own, he can run up and then just join whatever. It doesn't really matter when in the turn order he joins the fray. It really just matters that, you know, he has a good position, which ideally would be up high. So
No one stopped me yet.
let's kind of sneak.
Alright. Time to skulk about.
All right, so it's got a visibility. We can sneak up when it's looking that way.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Assume nothing. Unseen. I shouldn't linger.
All right, I think you're good where you're at.
The pride of the gate. They won't see me coming. Not a peep.
All right, so we need to try and wait for the right moment.
You feel the quake of its heavy footsteps before you see it. An owlbear, its beaked face looming out of the darkness.
There's not supposed to be Will doing this.
The owlbear's one good eye flicks away for a moment. You follow its glance and see an owlbear.
Oh my god. So there's an owlbear cub, which means that this owlbear may be threatened by any attempt to be in the vicinity of the cub.
As you retreat, the owlbear lets out a short huff. The message is clear. You can leave now, or step closer and die.
I do not want to.
Maybe I should stay crouched forever. Never wanted the easy path.
I do not want to upset the owlbear. And it's distressed. I wonder if there's a way to alleviate that.
Defender of the people.
maybe I can turn into...
Wish to live in more interesting times.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to turn into a beast, but I'm not sure any of these beasts would actually help. Let's use speak with animals.
Don't want to draw any attention. What's up for discussion?
You feel the quake of its heavy footsteps before you see it. An owlbear, its beaked face looming out of the darkness.
What's really interesting is exactly the same interaction that Will had.
What's this? Something weak, something tender. Won't even have to chew you before I feed you to my son. Soft meat.
Okay, so now we see some different options. This is exactly what I wanted. It's actually kind of nice that you can create these interactions in sequence. So Will got his, but Strata could still come along and have like an independent interaction. You know, these are things about the game that I need to start like becoming much more skilled at managing. And you know, I think the approach that I took in this cave is around what I need to start doing more of, like, you know, considering the chain of actions that might happen. And so, you know, if this owlbear wants to attack us, I got people in reasonable positions. I can engage it with different characters to see different responses. You know, with one of them that I don't want to like have a provocation result, I can back off and let Strata come in and talk. So this is cool. Okay, absolutely. Why would I hurt the precious owlbear? That's, you got to be a monster to do that. I would love to help it. I think there's an opportunity to help it. A half spear lodged in their head. Let's get it out.
It's a splinter. I've gutted bigger threats than you with worse.
I can imagine. You just seem like this is the wrong time to do anything. I kind of wonder if maybe like putting it to sleep, if that was an option, if that was a possibility for me, and then healing it. You know, maybe like, these are things that, like, again, I don't really think of that I should. But where I'm at now, I guess just you know, using the druid persuasion option might be my best course of action. So let's try and persuade it to rest and let nature heal. Oh, it's a very easy roll.
A fight? You'd be a plaything, not worth the trouble.
I agree.
You can go, but you make one wrong step and I'll rip you to shreds.
Why would Lae'zel disapprove? Lae'zel wants to kill an owlbear? Headless skeleton, you say? So can I go towards the skeleton? Let's do a quick save before I, like, work my way out of here.
Can't give up now. Moving in.
Okay. So I didn't want to fight it. And I was tempted by this armor. It does seem like nice armor. No doubt. But I do not want to kill it. I do not want this fight. So my options are to reload and just not get the armor. It's got a lot of health too. Now I can run away. And then Will can also back off, I guess, by going that way. Maybe while this is happening, Gale can go in and like get stuff. I don't know. If he gets engaged in combat, he could just back off too. Maybe, I don't know, maybe hide. I don't know if it matters.
A shrine. Looks forlorn.
Failed a religion check. I guess that would be to like understand the shrine? I don't know. That chest is very shiny. Is there like some kind of a protection around this stuff? So we failed the checks to, I guess, understand what was here. But I don't know if we failed any checks for like protective spells or whatnot. Alright, let's grab the book. Grab some incense. Grab a potion of animal speaking. Grab a glass chalice. Grab a scroll to detect thoughts. Yeah, just take it all. Now we put out the candle. Whatever. Light the candle again. Now here. So it's got saline seal on it, which means if we touch it, something might happen. I see.
Detective magic. Should have known.
Yeah. I mean, I did know. But I'm an idiot. What's back there? A book.
What's that?
Okay, great.
An ancient prayer. But why hidden back here? And what's this symbol? That way.
Alright, so let's go back, and I bet you we can read the symbol or something. Did I not grab that potion? You know, I might as well drink it. Oh, that was a good healing too. Okay, so let's go into your inventory and check out the prayer sheet. Let's do read. So is there anything I can do? Okay, so just by reading it, it took off the thing, the protection. So I'm part of the crew now. Moondrop pendant, writhing dance. Dope. That's actually pretty cool. 50% hit points. They don't provoke opportunity attacks. Yeah, that's helpful. This cave has been very interesting so far. Alright, so it doesn't really seem like the owlbear cares about this. Right now, at least. So... I don't want to fight them. The trouble is, Will is... If I end combat, though, I can probably sneak Will back out. Okay. I don't really want to try and get Gale any closer. All I want to do is try and get out of here. Yeah, I guess the downside of not hiding Will before I re-engage with Strata is that he's part of the combat.
Survival is all that matters.
So how do we flee? That's the question I have. You got to be sufficiently far away. So I guess first task is to get sufficiently far away. So maybe, like, continue to move Lae'zel back. Just not be in the way whatsoever. And now let's run, I guess? Oh, that was Lae'zel's dashing.
Nothing important is ever easy.
God damn it. I guess that didn't have any impact, though. Alright, let's go as far as we can go, and then we'll try that bonus action.
One day, I'll catch a break.
Dope. That's really far away. So it's end go to camp. So what can Will do?
On the victor's path.
Can I flee now? Enemy close to Will, I guess. So these are those the two characters that I have, the 15.7 and 27 meters, or is that Will's distance? That's Will's distance, so he's got to be 27 meters away. And that I don't know how to accomplish. So this plan kind of backfired a bit, and that Will is stuck up here. Can I jump anywhere down? So I can jump down there, but I lose HP, and that's really not much of a benefit. Can I jump over here in any way? That would be too far. If I walk, though, up to here, I guess I'm not far enough. Jump is an action? No, jump is a bonus action, which means we could dash. And then from here, we could jump.
No time to waste.
Why can't reach destination? That's weird. Why can't I do jump? That's odd. I've never seen this before. Do I have to, like, not dash? Like, end the dash? I do not want to... I wonder if there's a way to, like, stop dashing, if that helps. It feels like the problem is that I'm dashing, but I don't really know. Alright, well, I guess I'll just stand here. Oh, I can flee. Let's do it. Cool. So I'm at the camp in the cave. Wait, why is Will so hurt? Eh? Wait, what the fuck? What happened? She fleed. His turn ended. And the owlbear came up here. Wow. Okay. This is cool. Like, I'm learning things. I'm learning things.
Two steps at a time.
Okay. Aw, grr. Amazing. Alright. So we learned things. So let's see where the last save was. Probably before the combat, I guess. So a couple things we could do a little differently is we can get Will out of there before we do the engagement with Strata. Strata can run away easily. Or anyone could, as long as they're approaching from that direction. I guess you don't have to really hide, you just have to not get close.
Going on the sly. Quiet as a moonbeam.
Yeah, I don't think this goes anywhere. I think it's like just to make use of for combat. Yeah, fair enough, but that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, let's get Will out of there. And then we can do the Gale stuff.
Sharp as ever. They won't see me coming. Silence is golden. Silence is golden.
Okay, I think that worked. Let's get you out of here. Lae'zel, where are you? Let's back you off. I kind of feel like Gale might be able to do all of this stuff
No.
without bothering anybody. So he might fail all those checks, sure.
Looks forlorn. A wizard sealed this chest. Wasn't an amateur either.
No, I don't doubt it. This time we passed that check, but it's not a big deal either way.
That's curious. An ancient prayer. Wonder if Seluna was listening.
It's still got the thing, so I think we have to read it from inventory then. Let's see. Read.
There we go. Never knew prayer could be so practical.
Love this guy. Well done, Gale. Well done. We have no business going deeper in the cave, so we'll just go back out. So really now all that, you know, we have to wonder is if we should try and like sneak in to get that armor. There's an egg too that's obviously going to anger the owlbear. I really wouldn't want to steal that.
With every breath, a purpose.
You don't need to be hiding.
Onward. Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
Okay, so how do we want to do this? The question is, do I want to try and get that armor? It was nice armor. And it's very easy for me to run away.
Better be cautious.
There's really no point hiding. Maybe the owlbear isn't the cub isn't close. Don't know.
Swift as my feet can carry me. Out of sight, out of mind. Can't risk being in open view. Breathe quiet. Move with care.
Okay, so the same exact thing happened because I got spotted too close. But if we do exactly what I did last time, dash away and then use that ability, probably going to be okay. So see how far dash gets us. Go all as far as we can.
Path lies before me.
And then use Misty Step. And go as far as we can. And then we can flee. Cool. So what happens now when we go back? Right back where we were. Owlbear is probably doing his thing. Alright. That was pretty dope.
No traps, please. That's a friendly-looking shadow. Very well.
Alright, so what did we get as a result of all this fun stuff? The inventory showing everything is new is a little annoying. Alright, so provoking opportunity attacks. That could be something I wear. What do I have now? I got the locket for the dancing lights, which is a reasonably nice thing to have. Will would be another good candidate for this pendant. Or you know what? Lae'zel, actually. Because even though she's kind of tanky, you know, there's a chance that she'll have less than 50% health. And it will be in the thick of things, in which case avoiding opportunity attacks would probably be a benefit. So, alright, let's give that to Lae'zel. Everything else, just hold on to. And then the armor. Let's take a look at this armor real quick. So, Oak Father's Embrace. Medium armor. Armor class 13. Undead creatures that hit the wearer do radiant damage. Alright, so it could be good for me.
What am I needed?
Can you wear medium armor? I don't know. I don't think so. As a warlock, you might not be able to. Let's check out. Yeah, he's not proficient with medium armor. Neither would Gale be. What about Lae'zel? I mean, I'm not going to change it, but just to see. Drop 2 in armor class, and, you know, if there's a situation where there's undead creatures, we get that benefit. It's not the worst trade. And then let's take a look at me. What do I got on me now? This scale mail for armor class 14. Medium armor. That's pretty dope. I only drop 1 and I get this benefit. I mean, this is an example of if the, like, the uncommon cool armor that I got doesn't quite work for me, I can sell it for good gold value. So it's still, like, a good thing to have gotten. I don't have a torch on me. That's fine. But I think dropping 1 armor class for this extra benefit could actually be fun. Oh, interesting. It's actually, I read it a little closer. It's more of a, like, situational armor. Because undead creatures receive damage, and beasts that hit the wearer deal extra damage. So, if you're wearing, you want to be wearing it for undead. You don't want to be wearing it against beasts. That changes things dramatically. Like, I don't know, like, what I'm going to be fighting next. Like, I'm not going to go into catacombs right away, so let's put the scale mail back. But I don't know, we can keep it around, I guess. If we are in a situation with undead, we do got Shadowheart's ability to, like, turn undead, which is another way to deal with that situation. So we'll see how that plays out. And then the Moondrop Pendant, we wanted to give it to Lae'zel, so let's replace this one with Moondrop. Nice. Cool.
Oh, I have the magic touch.
Can you learn from the scroll? Do you need to? Yeah, I think you already know it. In which case, let's give it to someone. I'll give it to Will in case he wants to be able to use that.
Never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. That was fruitful, I think. That was fun.
Moving ahead.
And so, next up would be this area up here, I think. We already did all that. Where's the, It's this path that might be interesting. We don't want to come in the gate. Never want to come in the gate.
Anything of use?
Yeah, beehive.
That might be worth a look.
Rocky crevice, huh? If only I had known that before. But we got everything we wanted to out of this. This is a scrawny bugbear. Is that what did all this damage? That's a lot of damage for one bugbear to have done. Alright, let's get a save in place before we do any of this fun stuff.
Blacket's will be done. Unseen. Not one false move. Weapon designs. The work of a Malar. A smith, as the locals say.
The inking is rough. A work in progress, surely.
Defender of the people. They won't see me coming.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
Charmed, I'm sure. Such a long way down.
Still in shadow.
So do we want to kill it? I guess so. Okay, so the attack was an action. Interesting, we all get to go now. Cool.
This is my time.
Action, not reaction.
Alright, take some weapons, I guess.
I'm exhausted. Better find somewhere to camp soon.
Well, I don't know if I want the rotten chicken wings.
A crate. Fascinating. A crate. Fascinating.
You can't open it?
A crate. Fascinating. Empty.
Can I maybe smash it? Gnomi, Gnomi, Gnomi. Okay, I think I smashed a crate. Cool. What are these things I just got? So it's like a poison. Why would I want it? Like, why are these things why do these things exist? I thought I picked up things. Okay, they're considered camp supplies. Sure, fine. Yeah, where do I want to go in here?
Seek and you shall find me.
Okay, there's a goblin tracker over there. Is anyone on the roofs? We can get up there. Which might be a good idea, depending on who else is around here. So this is like a little, you know, town that has been decimated. And there's probably still enemies lurking about. So, if I want to make progress, we can go and surprise the goblin tracker from behind. Potentially push him out the window. So what we could do is let's get Will.
Where am I needed?
Actually, you know what? Let's get me.
Nope, never mind. These boots have seen everything.
To go around. This is a nice little screenshot. Sure. Take a quarterstaff to sell. Why not? Fine, I'll take this stuff. So I can't see anyone yet. This is the front entrance. So I feel like there'd be more than one enemy about. That door's locked. Might want to get Astarion into the mix.
Get over there! Surround him like! Oi! You just walked into the wrong town! Don't bother running. My archer's got decent aim and plenty of arrows.
As the symbol glows, power courses
That thing
through
again.
you. Authority.
Interesting. Similar to the one that we interacted with before they died, before he died. So we have the capacity to manipulate them. Our Mind Flayer Parasite is different from the regular Mind Flayer Parasite. I mean, I'm expecting combat, but let's see what this does. Will's not close enough. Oh, difficulty class 2.
You're a true soul. But my mistake, Your Grace.
It's that true soul stuff
Something
again.
stirs deep within you, hungry and alert. It's taking something you'll never get back.
You'll get no more trouble from us. Promise.
We already killed your bugbear. I don't really trust you anyway. You're not going to mind that we killed your bugbear, did you? Would you?
Blacket's will be done. Repositioning.
Okay, regarding strange rider or something. Great age. My fellow citizens. Multiple copies of this notice. Alarmed at strange riders. So if this is really an ancient node, this is like maybe before the whole hell stuff happened? I don't know.
Go on then. Make it good.
Okay, so there's a lot of them here. And they claim they won't give us trouble anymore, but I do not trust it.
I will take my pick.
Should I be taking these things? Like, what's the point? Maybe I should look it up. Journal updated. Finish the masterwork weapon. So this journal describes a weapon that we can finish. Cool. Should we go talk to this guy or what? Not now. So he doesn't seem to mind if we raid stuff. And raid we will. Old key written in red. So what, we have to hide and take it? Like,
Into the shadows.
sometimes it's tough to know when they'll notice that we did stuff. There's a dagger, eh?
Securing.
Uh-oh.
Vigilant. There are traps here.
Where am I? What is happening? It's kind of fun to take the individual characters on their own, like, mini journeys. The Approachable East, Volume 6. Okay. So this looks like a blacksmith's area, or some, yeah, it was an anvil.
Empty.
Mall, huh? That's kind of dope. Cool.
Without delay.
I don't really need any more shovels. Like, why am I always picking these things up? Some rope, a hammer.
A crate. Fascinating. Curious.
Yeah, I noticed it too. This could be something we smack with something. Let's put away the torch for a second. So she's got a battle axe. She might actually do well with the two-handed maul. She's wielding the battle axe with both hands. Let's do it. Let's give her the maul. Oh, could have also equipped a great axe on her. I don't know when I picked that up.
Not a single act wasted. Webs everywhere, which means spiders anywhere.
Oh God. Well, yeah, no way I'm doing this alone. Alright, so what I'm wondering about this is if it has to do... If it has to do with, the thingy I picked up. Let's take a look. Okay, the master weapons are almost complete. There's just one component left. Samson says the designs are a failure, but what's he know? He can barely see past his own belly. I stashed the prototypes and blueprints from now. Okay, so stashed probably implies they're in the locked chest. And we got this thing down here to investigate. Broom. Right, well, I don't want to add it to my inventory. Where does this door go? Locked wooden chest. Could we potentially bring Astarion into the mix? Why does he have Dark One Blessing on him? What is this? What gives him that? I know I picked that. Yeah, I picked that as part of his character on a level up. Why do you have this armor? Oh, hey, there's the blueprints. I think Gale should probably get the smoking pipe. Alright, so maybe we bring our team down.
Keeping pace.
Is there anything in this door? No, nothing new. Lae'zel covered that territory. Alright, let's go join her. We could always come back up, of course. Did I touch that barrel? Okay, let's take a look at that instructions that he picked up. Alright, let's get Gale down here since he's close.
Certainly.
Why does he lose 1 HP?
Yes, of course.
And let's get me. So we'll just back away.
Taste.
Keep the team together. Okay, so what do we do?
Softer than a whisper.
Perhaps we can trade a will for Astarion. For now. Alrighty, buddy.
Light on my feet.
Where is he? What the hell? Alright, there's my chests and whatnot.
I need a quick word.
Yeah, we can't actually leave. Is he through a door? He is. Okay. Why is he in here?
Yes. Perhaps if you lost a follower or two, I prefer to travel in smaller groups. It's more intimate. In that case, I'd be happy to tag along.
Sweet. Okay.
What now? Watch the shadows.
Salutations.
Gale should be close enough to use
No rest for the wicked, I see.
guidance, so...
What a day. Should be easy.
Got a lot of bonuses. Even with a bad roll, I think we're probably going to get it. Yeah. Steel forged sword. That's probably needed. And that was the blacksmith note. and the infernal iron we're gonna need. Dope.
On my way.
Let's read the blacksmith's note. Gift from Redacted. Fairly sulfuric odor. Forging unsuccessful. Will not melt or warp at standard temperature. So that's the thing we want to work on, we want to operate on. Here we go, okay. So yeah, how does this work exactly? Right now we've got melting furnace, which has the burning, and we put something in there. Is this new, or was I not just didn't?
Despite everything.
No, anybody could do this. Okay, well let's see like some crap we picked up. Quarterstaff. What is this? Let's see. Let's use like a metal weapon. Not the cool one we picked up though. Lae'zel picked up a bunch of garbage. Alright, let's take a short sword. Where did that go? No, not equip it. Definitely not that. Okay. And then we do combine. Invalid combination. Okay. So we're going to need to find the valid combination based on the blueprints and whatnot. It was Gale who picked up the blueprints. It was not him who picked up the blueprints. It was Will who picked up the blueprints. God damn it.
Have a lot on my mind.
Right.
And, well, in it.
Yeah, it was definitely him who picked up the blueprints. Maybe there's enough information here. Well, let's just use infernal iron, right? Like, heat and iron, that'll make something. Astarion, why don't you try that out? We can't, like, do a third thing. Alright, let's read that note again. Specimen, metal. So, we can use that iron, but the issue is that it's not hot enough. So what we need to do is increase the temperature of the iron.
Let's get going.
Now the blueprint I want to check out too. But maybe what I could do... Did that do anything good?
How delicious.
Probably not. Alright, we probably need to get Will back. Or just, you know, go with Strata to the camp and get his items. I don't think we can transfer stuff from people in camp. We'll take the smoking pipe to give to Gale. Alright. So let's look at the faded instructions again. Why not? Maybe it's not relevant. Okay, the last thing I'll check is that other chest.
Yes, let's.
Should be good. Don't roll in that one. Nice, you got it. There we go. That's where the blueprints are.
Certainly.
Dope. Anything good in the stack of books? I wonder if, like, you have these and you use them as part of the camp supplies, if it has, like, a negative effect or something weird. Okay, so now that we got the actual blueprints. So precise arcs and neatly drawn lines form the blueprints of 3 weapons: a great sword, a sickle, and a dagger. That's what I saw. Each length and angle is marked with exact measurements, and forging instructions are printed carefully along the bottom of the page, emphasizing an unusual ingredient, susser bark. The susser bark can only be applied to an ordinary, unmodified blade. Okay, so susser bark is the key.
One place I'm finding a Susa tree. The Underdark.
Susser. And you can only find it in the Underdark. Let's see what the journal says. The Underdark might be something that... Oh, we got a personal quest, too, to explore our potential with the parasite. Dope. Maybe the Underdark is where all these spiders are. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Okay, so once we get the Susser stuff, then we'll be able to do something interesting, right? Because if it's... Oh, Polish Dagger. That's what I was going to equip him with. Let's actually make that change right now. There is absolutely no difference. But I guess it is slightly cooler. So there you go. Okay, so if we put a regular dagger in here... Yeah, it's not going to do anything. The infernal iron also didn't do anything, but let me try again. Can we change this thing on the left-hand side? No. Susur bark. Let's give the gold to Strata.
Indolence breeds madness.
Quite ready for you.
No time to rest.
Okay. I think the path forward
If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine.
is to go in here. So let's get a save going before we enter that. I kind of think like Will would probably be a better person to have, but I don't think it makes enough difference.
Breathe deep and move.
Oh God.
What to do?
Better not disturb these webs. Whatever wove them would be much too large for my liking.
We can maybe burn them. Okay, fine.
Something didn't like that.
Well, I was trying to burn the web. I'll say for fire damage. Let's
Can't
get
even catch my breath.
Strata's at the end.
Hungry for the slaughter.
So you're on fire, apparently. Nothing I can do about that. there water anywhere around here? Oh, mamma mia. They're huge. Cool, they can like warp between... Whoa, what's that? What I kind of want to do is light the web on fire, which is what I was trying to do before. So that didn't work. That was bad. I pushed the wrong guy. Unbelievable. Everything's going wrong.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Oh, jeez, what a fucking disaster. I might just try this again. Just because I didn't intend to touch the webs like that. It's not the way I would have wanted to go about it, because I knew that, you know, something was coming. It was all about not touching the webs. But the other thing I'm thinking is that Will might actually be more useful than Astarion,
Well,
who does have the Ray of Frost and Firebolt. I wonder if maybe Mage Hand can be used to like tear up the webbing. That's another possibility.
Ahead. Another step
Alright, let's
forward.
give this a shot.
Better be careful. Those webs carry vibrations.
Right, so don't touch them. Or we engage in combat. No, I think that burning them might be a nice idea. Immune to fire damage, eh?
Something didn't like that. Let's move.
Lost in thought.
What to do? Time to press ahead.
Huh. Interesting. So maybe, so it seems like the vibrations of the thing are the issue. So rather than trying to burn it to get rid of it, perhaps freezing it is the play.
Trust no one.
Okay, so we destroyed it.
Let's be quick.
Which wasn't exactly what I was intending with that specific instance. But it's infested. Ew. Does that mean it's gonna... Okay, so it's no longer infested. Don't know what actions might be beneficial. So I think you're good. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna climb up? Alright, it's hard to see exactly... Where am I and where are they? Like, sure, they can move around in there. I get that. But they can't come over here, can they? I don't know. Maybe they could go to that web? I don't know. So, throw some fire at this thing. I can turn into a spider. Does that benefit me? I wonder if, like, maybe I could have turned into a spider and just, like, gone unseen through this cave. So many things to think about and try.
Hope your soul is in good hands.
Any useful bonus actions? Guess it can't hurt to do this thing. So that didn't hurt us at all. We just had a web or something? Okay, so we're in a web, so... Can we light it on fire?
Allow me to demonstrate.
I'm kind of worried. Okay, we missed. Great. Let's get out of the web. He's still got some movement. Let's back off here. So how do we remove the webbing? I feel like we light it on fire, but maybe not while Strata is there. So let's walk right up to it, but not in it. And let's use... He was infested again, too, so I guess that infested state happens quickly. Alright, now that he can back off some more... I guess back off in this direction.
This way. Just like old times.
Alright, he's hidden for whatever that means. So I think the issue with the phase spiders is that they can, they can go from web to web. So that's the concern there. What I kind of want to do is, like, get out of this and then light it on fire. Also, Ray of Frost, dealt with it. I wonder if maybe Thorn Whip can, too. But in any case, first let's get out of this. Unless we want to, like... Well, producing a flame costs my action. So let's just get out of this before anything crazier happens. And then... Yeah, we don't have our bonus action now. I wonder if Thorn Whip maybe... Nah, we can't use it against, like, this stuff. Which would be nice. Why can we use this?
Blood follows me everywhere.
I don't think she's ensnared, though.
Roll in my favor.
Alright, Gale could potentially light this on fire. Good. I think that did it. The problem is, I mean, we could sit here and, like, shoot stuff. I don't know what's going to happen next.
Well, so much for peace.
I will ascend.
Yeah, stay away from the fire for now. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't even know what you could do right now that might be useful. Did not want to use that. Good thing I didn't. Yeah, so I could probably jump across this with Lae'zel, but I don't want to do that just on her own. I don't see the benefit to going down either. Unless there's a way. Maybe, oh, you could probably, maybe you could jump up there from the water? I don't know. But let's see what happens. I don't know. I'm just going to hang out here.
No choice but to keep going.
Unleash me.
Yeah, I don't know what you could do either. Oh, you're hidden, that's why. Okay, I'll take care of you, I guess. Okay. Okay.
Death is but a word away. Let's light them up.
Sure, critical miss, that's fine.
Victory awaits.
Nice, that was pretty cool. Because he can hide again.
Time for a new approach.
Very cool. Which makes his next attack better too. Awesome. Alright, so they can't do anything. So now this is Ash. I wonder if there's anything interesting you can do with Ash. I bet you there is, but I don't really need to bother with it, I think. I can just do this pattern that I've been doing. Really, not enough movement? Dope. It still says infested, actually. Which then raises the question of, like... If they're infested, I feel like that means that they're going to explode or something.
Swift and lethal.
I don't know, just stay still. Go over here.
Gone with the weave.
Alright, so we can't try and light them on fire. I don't want to use a spell slot. Yeah, we can't light them on fire. So I'm not sure if they're infested. Like, I don't know how that's going to play out. I don't know. Just hang out here, I guess. I really don't know. Let's see what they do. Okay, they can't do anything. So we need to figure out a plan here. If we leave combat, then like everyone can flee. So we could leave combat and then come back and figure out how to get across. It kind of feels like the idea would be to do this in stages. So we got rid of the webbing, which made it so that they couldn't come to us. But by doing so, triggered, you know, like touched the webbing so that battle was engaged. Took out whoever dared to get close enough. Then if we leave, we come back. Maybe on the other side, like, we can do the same thing. Let's take a look. Not exactly. Like, once we get in this room, we're in a wide open space. Whoever's in here will be able to fight us. But we could get ourselves into advantageous positions before touching any of these webs, potentially. And thus, when it comes time to fight them, perhaps we're in a better position. So the thing to look at is this. Where does this go? I wonder if there's maybe another entrance into this place down here that would be better for us. I don't know. I guess let's flee. I don't even think it benefits us to, like, walk away. Let's go right back. No, so what you gotta do is you gotta flee character at a time. I'm an idiot. Alright, flee. It's my fault. Flee. Flee. And now, flee. Alright, so we are all in the campsite now. Which means now if we go back, we're good? I was right. So we are not engaged in combat anymore. Maybe we keep exploring until we find another way through here.
Never wanted the easy path.
So I don't know what's down at the bottom of that spider area, but it might be the thing whose name I forget that we need here. Another question is, how do we get out of here? Oh, there's a door.
Watch your back.
Alright, somebody hold the torch.
Looking ahead.
Finding lots of good stuff. There's got to be a take all button, and I do this so often, I might as well know it. Space. Beautiful. That's a good one. Elfin wood souls. Frumpy hat. Dope. What are we supposed to do with all those buckets? What am I supposed to do with a carrot? Yeah, because take all effectively acts as a dismissal, which is nice.
I'll give it a shot. If not over, then through.
Trident, yeah.
Speak.
Did not want to talk to you. A pleasurable deal, the shocking truth. Interview about a dramatic work, huh? Why am I taking rotten chicken eggs? Wow, a lot of like trap disarm kits.
Speak.
I always accidentally talk to Lae'zel. She's the only one. Why is it her I always accidentally click on? I'm taking so many things. Overburdened. Let's pop open Some inventory management. Lae'zel's got a lot of crap too. I feel like I should wear some elephant wood shoes. Alright, let's start with me. What's heavy that I got on? Naturally, all the crap. Large cauldron, send it to camp. I don't know what to do with the spider egg sack. Gladiatorial sandals, cool. Alright, it's a good amount of weight. Alright, so this should let us out where the guy was that we already talked to. What does a lever do?
I am enjoying our walks together. Aren't you, Dan?
Sure. Silence.
Gale's like, Astarion, you're a bit much. Alright, so they claim they won't bother us. But who knows? Maybe we do a save here just in case shit goes down. After we did all that stuff below. We're approaching probably the kind of end of the stream, but this is going to take a while to explore. So maybe we could do like 10 more minutes. I mean, even if we filled stuff with water, could we fill stuff with water? If we like held a bucket or something? I don't know. Maybe that's what this is about. Testing that out. Yeah, I'm not really sure, like, we could fill stuff with a water pump.
What's hiding here?
I think we looked at this guy before. Yeah.
You find, well, that you're so efficient. Why not have a little fun?
I fight to win, not to make spectacles.
What a waste.
Starry, and you don't need to be having your torch out.
No one back home will ever believe this. I want to have a word.
More of our crowd inside. But we'll send word you're all right.
Well, thank you. Waypoint discovered, yeah? Where? Oh, the Blighted Village waypoint. Oh, I saw the ancient sigil. Of course that's what it was. I thought it'd be like something I interacted with and discovered something. Interesting. So this is like a village that's now got a bunch of goblins that have co-opted it. And I wonder if one of the goblins is going to be the one I saved, and doesn't seem like that's why they're being nice to me. It seems like just to, you know, charm them into it. But the fact that there's a waypoint here is like, you know, makes me wonder, like, if this is going to be a place you can come back to. Was were your options to either clear out the camp first through combat, or this option that I took? In which case, it seems like maybe they won't spontaneously decide to attack. I don't know, unless I do something wrong. Can I jump in here? Does that do anything for me? It does not.
I just do. And the others getting drunk off their choppers in camp.
Ain't fair.
Nothing here, boss.
Look, don't talk.
I've been looking.
And you've got nothing to show for it but your own arse.
Alright, so what would be nice to find is another entrance to the spider lair. And then maybe we could go further into it. Antidote, huh? Cool. So you're just all chill with us being here? Because you think we gotta...
If you want to keep your insides on the inside, don't cause any trouble.
I won't, I guess. Who are you guys?
Must you? This innate chatter pains me.
Chuck. And Fank. And someone else who we can't quite read yet. Okay, cool. Maybe we'll talk to them next time. Hey, look at that. It was like...
Haven't seen that game in years.
Right, hopscotch type of game. Oh no, look at all the books. What was the... Tenebra Moro. Okay. A warning to the Sword Coast. People of the Sword Coast, look around you. What do you see? A collection of gods fearing humans, elves, and dwarves, or an infernal corruption of that divine image. Tieflings, wearing their devilish heritage for all to see, walk among us as if they don't owe their existence and allegiance to the lords below. These hell-touched peoples have infiltrated our cities, our organizations, even our families. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you know what? The I don't think the spider thing will have access to that material I need for the forge, because it said it was found in the Underdark. So we got to go there. Regardless, I'd like to still, you know, find another access point. Oh, there's so much stuff over here. Where does this go? This is all pretty large. Pretty large area. I bet you this well goes down to the spider area. Ooh, moss-covered chest, you say? Astarion, what are you up to? Let's get you cooking.
Let's crack it open.
Let's crack it open. You should be able to get this. Yep, with all your bonuses. Blammo. Haste helm. Nice. I wonder who I should use the... I should give the haste helm to.
More interesting times.
Should I get some fish?
What's in
It's
here?
probably like spoiled, like everything else in this town. No, actually, it wasn't spoiled.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
The gods have abandoned the world. They don't care anymore.
Just another crate.
What are you throwing rocks at? A warg, huh? Alright, so this is another part of town. Okay. Anything different about this spot? I don't know. There's a campsite. What's all that noise? Something going on inside, I guess. Sounds like an animal, maybe? Maybe whoever they're getting the meat from. Hey, a dagger +1. Dope. Give that to Astarion. Should we not take it? It doesn't indicate that they'll be mad if we take the roasted meat. Maybe do a quick save before we do it.
Feast fit for an ogre. You notice a peculiar dagger protruding from the tough, leathery meat.
I want that dagger. Would have been nice. Alright, so I guess I could redo this conversation with like Lae'zel or something. So whoever strength, so dexterity, sleight of hand, probably Astarion has decent that. Strength, maybe Lae'zel. Investigation, intelligence. Who has high intelligence? Gale, maybe? So probably one of them could try. But I think maybe best thing to do is to call it a stream and continue next time. This would be a fun way to start. Hey, look, you see the shadows from the mill. This could be a fun way to start the next session. And then continue to see what's in there and all the good stuff. So I think what I'll do is create a save. At some point I gotta go deal with all my inventory items and sell them and whatnot. We'll find another merchant somewhere, I imagine. But we could use the waypoints. Now that we got one here, we could use a waypoint, go back, sell stuff, come back. I could do stuff like that off camera so that you don't have to watch the boring process of selling crappy old regular items. But we'll see. Until then, everybody be well. See you soon. Maybe tonight, if I have time.